Sup everybody, James here with the video review of Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Sidearm Sideswipe. Now firstly, if you hear any noise in the background, it's just family moving about, so don't be concerned. Now here we have Sideswipe. Now my first impressions are that this looks like a really good figure. Again, family, my dad's hammering away at something, never mind. Unfortunately, as you can tell, I've customized this guy already because I've given him a full-out paint job. You can tell from a few bits and bobs underneath. There actually is a little bit of robot kibble. We have the hands right there. These, of course, the back wheels here, you can see they're sort of heels for the feet. This is the chest. The head is surprisingly well engineered to hide inside here somewhere. The reason I know it's in there somewhere is because for customizing this guy, I actually stripped him apart in order to, paint him and then put him back together. Now, I'd like to thank Jack the animator for this guy. I exchanged my Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe for this Sideswipe, so that's why I can't do the comparison between Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe and this guy. But just for the basic details, very, very nice little details. We have, for example, the side view mirrors. It's chock full of details. The only one concern that I have about this guy in comparison to Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe is the hood. That's all I have against it. These form the arms. Well, this splits down the middle. That forms one arm. This forms another one. This forms his chest somewhere, and then the doors fold out to go behind his back. The bonnet is the only thing I have wrong about the vehicle mode. Now, this is the one thing I didn't customize, because we have a very nice little Autobot logo on the back of it, of the car, so that's very nice. Chock full of details. Unfortunately, the paint has started to come off in a few places. You might even see the red sticking out there, so I'll have to paint back over that section, or if not, I need to actually paint back over this. So yeah, overall, very nice. It rolls very, very well, and if you give me a moment. In comparison with Battle Blade's Bumblebee and Battle Blade Optimus Prime, or Battle Blade Bumblebee and Battle Blade's Optimus Prime, he actually seems to fit in there fairly well. Optimus seems a bit smaller in terms of like size and scale, so I'm just going to set him to the side. Bumblebee and Sideswipe seem to fare off a lot better, so that's that's a good thing. Now, Fortunately, Sideswipe does come with his guns, which you can actually have in vehicle mode. So, what you actually need to do is pushing up on the exhaust and pushing down on the lights, like so, it will begin to separate. Now, just be careful as you do it. Then, taking the side windows here, just pull them up ever so carefully. It's actually hard to do this. There we go. Okay, now, ensuring that it's all free from the back, like so, you'll actually begin to see the guns beneath. All you need to do is just fold them out and push up on this. So push up and push up on this. So then fold out and push up. And then you can actually push this back down if you want to. I'm just going to show off for now. So yeah. It's a very nice little touch. I haven't seen many figures that can actually do that, although some have had hidden weapons in robot mode. But nonetheless, great idea on Hasbro's part. And now we get into what you've been waiting for, the transformation. So, and by the way, I didn't customize the guns because, the guns are fine. And before I do get into the detail of the transformation, if I actually open up the door, I actually went to the liberty of painting the inside of some of it. For example, the door handle, a few other bits and bobs, but yeah, that's the general thing of stuff. Okay, so for the transformation, you actually want to take the doors or panels on either side and just fold out, like so. In fact, you need a little bit of height for this. Okay, so after doing that, basically go to the front of the car and split the bonnet, like I said. Okay, so split and fold back. These will form the arms. Then, going to the back, you can disconnect the wheels, which seem to come out fairly easy, but don't be afraid. So just disconnect them, and taking the entire assembly, just fold it around, so therefore it comes over the rest of the hood. Then, pushing down again, and the hood will fold back. Now there's a little tab, or a little peg here, that will tab into place in a little hole here. So, and you hear a little click to ensure that it's in place. Now for the legs, now it's very well designed. All you need to do is just push back on it. There's a little piston. Well, it's plastic, like, of course, but it's it's nice, very nicely done. Then for the rest of it, just fold out the heels, and you are given the option of folding the wheel in two directions. I'm just going to fold it out to this side for now. So, push back, fold out the heels. Sorry about that, my sister. Anyway, I was saying about the leg. You actually just do the same again. Fold that out. Fold out the heels. You can turn the wheel. I'm just going to turn it out for now. And oops. Oh yeah, that's right. He's still back heavy. But this is the one thing that Hasbro excelled on from Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe. They gave him something to stand up with, instead of just plain wheels for feet, which actually sit above the ground quite a bit. If you see the pattern here, it's because this is what I'm using. Yeah. Oh, and that's a mirror, by the way. So, nothing to worry about. Anyway, to get the rest of Sideswipe done, just fold these panels round forward just for a little bit. Fold these panels up and bring to the front. This will make it easier later on. Okay, so taking the same assembly that we did for the guns, only this time, you may want to push this bit down just a little bit, and then fold this bit up. Okay, now you're actually going to spin this around 180 degrees. This will spin around, revealing Sideswipe's head. Okay, you see, there's the head. So for the rest of it, just fold this forward. Then, just making enough room, you need to ensure the arms are just straight out. Then, fold this entire assembly down, and then this little peg here will tap into place on this little slot here, because it's grooved, and it will then sit into place, like that. Okay? Now, for the rest of it, I'm actually going to take the guns. Once again, you can actually store these in the back. I'm actually going to do it for now, just so it looks easier. So just store those in the back, and then fold it down. Now the exhaust panel, you actually fold it down as well. Take the guns, separate them out a little bit, fold the rest of it down, and just push in. Okay, now there's the back. Just fold these little panels round. There you go. That's the back. For his arms, just push up so they're in assembly like this. Then taking this panel here, push out, down. Whilst keeping it out, just fold out the hand and then push the rest of the way in. So then push up and back, fold this little panel out, fold out the hand, and then push the panel the rest of the way in. So there we have the arms. And of course, unfortunately, for someone who has pretty much no fingernails, we come to the head. Come on, cooperate. Oh, there we go. Now, okay, then after slight fixing up, we have Sideswipe in robot mode. Now, this is a very well designed robot mode. Again, I can't comment on the colours because, you know, I customized the guy, but really, the silver works great, that, of course. I know that many Sideswipe fans are a little bit skeptical as to whether or not he should have been painted red for the movie franchises. Personally, I think he looks better in silver. I'm perfectly fine with the G1 Sideswipe colours. I love the fact that the colours were so clean and crisp in the War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron video games. For me, this is just a great Sideswipe. Now, I did add a little bit of nice pure blue in there for the headlamp, for the headlights, windscreen, and the back. Really, I think it works. The only unfortunate thing that I have about the figure in its non-customized state is the windshield is actually directly in front of the head. In the movies, it wasn't like that. If you have a Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe, you'll know what I'm on about. But, you know, just to speed things up, I'll get into articulation. So the head can go side to side and can go 360. It can go all the way up, which is amazing, and down just a tiny little bit. Now, the head articulation is the main thing that the Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe didn't have a lot of. And I mean, look at that. Wow. Somewhere up in those stars, there's Cybertron. It's not my fault this guy's a bad voice actor. What were you saying? Nothing, boss. Scrap. Help. Yeah, I'm sorry, just... yeah, I am a bad voice actor. But I try. Now, because of the transformation, you can actually move the head back and forth a little bit, but fortunately it actually has a little bit of a spring in it. So, yeah. The arms, they can go forward and back, in, out. They can go 360. They pivot 360 here. They bend at the elbow, straight forward and straight down, and the hand, due to the transformation, or at the wrist, just moves in and out. No waist articulation, but the legs can go in and out, forward and back, in and out. The pistons, which are like soft, rubbery plastic, now, I love the idea of them, I don't want to break them, but they do hinder articulation towards, you know, the forward, this way, you know. There's no knee articulation, but, you know, you can do something like that. Then, of course, the wheel itself pivots in and out. So, yeah. Personally, I think there's a heck of a lot of articulation on this guy. Now, as you saw before, we have the guns, which can be stored in the back. So, very simply, just... come on... yes! And this is why it's awkward with no fingernails. There we go. Now, when the guns aren't stored in there, I like to just fold these little panels out. Makes it look a little bit more cooler. Oops. Now, unfortunately, there is a little bit of back kibble there, but I'm not desperately concerned with that because we actually saw that back kibble in the movies, and personally, I think the longer heels at the back actually help that a lot. So long as you have him in the right pose and they're in the right angle. So for the guns, just push down on a little bit up here, fold the rest of it out. There's one gun. Just very simply attach it into his hand. Same again. Attach into his hand. And there are his guns. As unfortunate as it is, he comes with no swords, which for me is a real shame. This guy's main signature in Revenge of the Fallen were his swords. This is actually an odd thing I found about Sideswipe in the movie, in Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon. In Revenge of the Fallen, he was more of a swords guy, and we only saw his guns in Egypt towards the end of the movie, where, you know, he used them a few times. Then, in Dark of the Moon, he used his guns way more, and he only used his swords on... wait, was it one occasion? Yeah, I think it was one occasion. It seems odd, but if you're like me, sometimes you wonder. So, taking a customized Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime sword, which has had the peg cut off by me, you can actually peg it into Sideswipe's hand, which is great because it has a little bit of a curve, and you can more than easily hold it in it. Now, while it does look a bit odd, you can actually fold his hand down, move this panel around to the front, and voila! Sideswipe now has a sword. Now, while it is, unofficial and it's just something I made up yesterday, actually, I think it works well. He has a sword, he has a gun. What more do you need to know? Now, my final opinions on this guy are that, well, there's a heck of a lot of detail in this guy. There's a heck of a lot of articulation. There's nothing I hate about Sideswipe in general. The only thing that I do have one little bit of a grudge is that, well, again, with the windshield just there, I got nothing with it. And there's just one thing I want to actually tell you guys. If you actually look in the chest that I've painted over, notice these and this. Does that not look like a face to you? Because that's what I'm looking at. Somewhere in there could be the eyes. These are the eyelashes type thing. That's the nose. Those are the awkwardly shaped lips. And that looks like a beard. Does anyone see that? But in the end, this is my Transformers Prime Hunt for the Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Sidearm Sideswipe that has been customized. Review complete. And so I say this. This is Knight/2020 Jr. Subscribe to my channel for videos and more. Like me on Facebook by searching for Knight/2020 Jr. Have a nice day. See you all around. And until next time, see you guys. And I hope you've enjoyed my first video of 2013. See ya.